I'm Bob Noone. I'm the editor of the journal Family Systems, and I'm pleased to announce that the Bowen Center has published a new book entitled Systems Thinking, Bowen Theory's Application in Clinical Practice. In 1976, Dr. Bowen initiated a new monthly meeting called a Faculty Case Conference, in which faculty members would take turns presenting a clinical case, followed by the faculty discussion. In the first issue of Family Systems, and since then, a faculty case conference has been printed along with the faculty discussion. Dr. Ann McKnight this year conceived of a book that she would edit, and she selected faculty case conferences over this last period of time from the very beginning, along with the faculty case conferences. So I'm pleased to have Dr. McKnight here with us. She is the former director of the Bowen Center and remains on the faculty, and is the editor of this new book. She has an introduction, which is an overview of Bowen theory and its concepts, as well as an introduction to sections of the book that cover a variety of clinical phenomena. So, Dr. McKnight, who do you think should read this book?
I think anyone interested in Bowen theory would find this book useful. But as I edited, I did focus on the introduction, which is a fairly short, but I think inclusive introduction to Bowen theory in clinical practice. In addition, I would recommend this particularly for clinicians who are beginning and also more experienced. There's hasn't been a huge amount of literature published for mental health professionals and clinicians who are practicing or who wish to practice with a Bowen theory framework, a systems framework for their coaching or their practice with individuals and families. And the book has 7 chapters, besides the introduction, that touch on a range of clinical issues: the focus on children, violence in families, the work on differentiation of self. And I think that these focus chapters help people think about the issues that come up and the framework of thinking or coaching with families that is useful in clinical practice.
Well, having had the chance to read the book, I thought just the variety of case presentations was really interesting, and also included, I think, is the curiosity of the family. So this isn't so much about techniques as much as it is about the application of theory and a psychotherapy based on theory, as well as the in each clinical case conference, there's at least a 4-generational diagram of the particular family that's being discussed. So as you mentioned, I do think that practitioners who are new in the field, as well as those who are experienced, will really come away with a kind of an awareness of this broad range of the application of theory to clinical phenomena.
Well, I think another, an additional aspect of it is that for each case presentation, there's a faculty discussion with very, very experienced and careful Bowen thinkers. And I think it gives a sense of there's not just one perspective, there's so many aspects of family life and the way one thinks about approaching a family that I think is very useful in the book as well.
Well, I'm glad we've had a chance to talk about this book. I think it's an important one. As you mentioned, there are not many books on Bowen theory and its application. So I think this is one that's going to be widely read it can be ordered through the Bowen Center website. It's now available. Was there anything else you wanted to add today to thoughts about this book?
No, I would just say, buy it.
Well, I'm glad you edited this book and put it together, Anne. I think it's a real contribution to the field and to the theory. So thanks for being with me today.